Thanks, Kevin. Do you ever look at other business owners and feel that everything's running smoothly for them? And even when something unexpected happens, they can take it in their stride. But when you look back at your own business, things always seem to be coming at you. It's always a surprise. Things come out of left field and you're constantly reacting to situations. A key to understanding why this happens is understanding where you are in the business growth life cycle. Most of us have heard of the property cycle or investment cycle and understand when you step back, there's a natural sequential cycle of growth and decline. And normally it's represented like a clock, growth and decline. And people that really understand these markets study and understand where they currently sit in the cycle. And consequently, they know what's coming up so they can better adapt their overall strategy to suit. Well, it's no different when it comes to business. And if you step back out of any business, you can see a natural sequential cycle. And when you begin to understand where you are within that cycle, then all of a sudden you're in a position where you get to anticipate what's going to happen next. Then you become that person people talk about, being able to anticipate and always taking things in their stride. Look, I really love the way Tony Robbins explains this by relating the stages of business growth to the stages of the development of a child. So what I've done is I've taken his analogy and adapted it to what I'm going to speak to you about today. Let's look at these stages as they relate to business. First, you've got the pregnancy stage. You've got an idea into gestation, but you haven't quite given birth. Then finally you give birth and wow, you've got this precious little thing, but it can't do much yet except make a lot of noise. It needs a lot of love and attention and starts making a little bit of a dent in your cash flow. And aside from making you feel good, it can't actually give back much just yet, but the potential, you just give it plenty of love, the right amount of nurturing, it could be anything. Then your little baby becomes a toddler. Your business is getting a voice, still very unsteady on its feet, but you might be a business taking on all clients like a toddler. You're unsure whether it's good for you or not. You're still experimenting with things, feeling your way through, easily getting distracted by shiny new things that come your way. And things start getting a little bit more expensive, and your toddler not only learns to walk, it starts learning to run, and before you know it, your toddler's become a teenager. And your teenager is the exact opposite to your toddler. You might still make mistakes, but you're self-assured in your business, and like a teenager, you believe you're bulletproof. Things can't go wrong, it will never happen to me. As a teenager, we just don't have the foresight and we get a little bit reckless and forget to pay attention to the underlying major problems that are threatening to derail the business's longevity. Then we come to a realization that we have no systems in place, nothing. That's where all of a sudden that bulletproof teenager is humbled by the problems that now become glaringly apparent. All of a sudden sales aren't as big as we thought they were, and cash flow, which hides a lot of problems, disappears. Now, if we put the right foundations in place, which is where a lot of structural development occurs at this point, business will grow into adulthood. And adulthood is that sweet spot. It's that sweet spot in your business where you still have the drive, the passion, but you now have the wisdom to ensure the business is operationally efficient. And you've got the experience to apply to any challenges that arise in your business. At this stage, everything's fully developed. You have the framework, you've got the team, you've got everything necessary to run a business smoothly. So the business has grown up to become very independent of its original founder. And like when a child becomes an adult, this is where the business owner has real freedom. This is the sweet spot, it's where the magic happens. As time passes, we become really satisfied in what we've achieved and no longer pursue the things with the same amount of vigor, energy. But as a result, little things start getting overlooked. Little things start going wrong. And those little things start becoming big things. And this is where old age starts to set in. And if we're not careful, this is where a successful adult business can end up like Kodak, where whilst it might still be remembered, the doors eventually close. So my message to you today is, just as a parent knows what to expect as a baby transforms from a toddler, from a baby to toddler, toddler to teenager, and can adapt their strategies to deal with each stage, understand the development of your business, where you're at right now, and become that person that everyone talks about in being able to take things in their stride. The clearer you are with this, the more you can anticipate. The more you can anticipate, the better strategies you can proactively apply. I look forward to speaking with you next week.